Shady shade. Okay.
Shady Grady. No.
Okay, so this is the Innkeeper Chronicles, and the author that wrote it is say the author's name because I'm terrible at it.
Ilona Andrews.
And the Andrews are a couple that writes together, husband and wife team, and they write the books. We're gonna argue about who writes more later.
Ilona and Andrew Gordon.
Yes. So let's rumble.
Speaking of though, did you know that they appear in their own books?
Do they?
The
As who?
Andrew, the author that Andrea loves. All it is the letters switched around for Ilona Andrews.
Oh my god! I thought that was a real book. They love themselves in their own books. Nice. All right, so Clean Sweep series, book one. It's the first book in the series. The Clean Sweep series is about a woman who lost her entire family. And when she lost her entire family, she searched the universe to find them. And she figured out that it didn't matter how much she searched the universe to find them because the universe is so vast, she wouldn't find out what happened to her family who just disappeared one day and who owned the inn. So what she did is she went back to the same, well, around the same location and opened up an inn on Earth, which is a way station. It's just hard to explain. Just deal with it. Just go with the flow.
Or read the
It's urban
damn
fantasy.
book.
Yeah, it's urban fantasy. Just go with the flow. Um, and she goes back to the inn and she opens up the inn and she's a newly opened inn and she's starving for magic. She's starving for magic because the inn is chaotic sort of relationship with magic. It takes on the ambient magic. And it actually turned out to be a really interesting series. It actually turned
I
out to
like it a
be
lot.
really interesting. Yeah, world dynamics. The world dynamics in the books was also extremely interesting as well. Let's talk about the cover first, though.
Okay, so the cover for the first book, I liked it. I found it to be quite interesting. I liked the way that they gave you like a hint of mystery. You definitely know that it was going to be some type of who done it, what and why, and
Yeah,
it's definitely one of the better covers versus their other books.
no, yeah. They have a habit of having these face melty covers, which don't really work out, which looks like seriously bad, like Photoshop, and it's like, it, you kind of wonder if they're paying somebody for the cover sometimes. And I don't mean to be rude. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just that it doesn't work out.
I
It's
don't
not
know. I
flattering.
think it just seems sometimes there's too much Photoshop. Like the Burn for Me cover, I don't even get that cover like
There's
at
this,
all.
there's this joke
Like
with the
why is his
fans.
shirt half off?
There's this joke with the fans, and they drew new covers for the Burn for Me, and then they drew worse covers for the Burn for Me, and like some of them were like crayony covers. It's like the shade pit for that cover was so shady. It was like, oh my god. But what I liked about this cover was it had excellent typography, and on top of having excellent typography, I think what it did the best with the cover was the color scheme has that sort of bluish, cinematography bluish. I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, there's some magic on whatever she is. That a wand? Is that what is that? Is that a broom? Is some sort of stick she's holding? Ooh, I wonder what's gonna happen. And I just seriously, like seriously, and I'm like, and I remember looking at the cover the first time and being scared it was gonna be a bad book because they've had the history of having whenever you remember the when we won't talk about it, but the Edge series.
Yes. The
It's
series we
like
may not speak of.
this thing, yeah. I wasn't a big fan of the Edge series. And it was like I wasn't a fan of the Edge series, and I wasn't a fan of the Edge series for a good reason. It just didn't fit. And the problem is that I looked at, but it had a decent cover. That first cover in the Ed series is actually a good cover. Um, and I looked at the cover and I'm like, oh no, this is not going to work out because it has a nice cover. And when they have nice covers, it's not necessarily a good book.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the next one. Why you like the book? Why did you like this book? Did you like this book or didn't you like this book?
I did like the book, and I everything I liked about the book is all the same reasons why I hate Doctor Who.
Hmm.
So it's kind of odd, but I had a lot of fun with it. I had a lot of fun with the characters, and I there are parts where just scenes, and I think both of the books kind of suffer from it, where it starts off a little bit slow, and then you're careening into the story.
But I would say that they have a beat to the way they write. They write with a beat, and it's like clap, 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 and then you get to
And then
the song
boom.
where it's just clap, 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 clap. You know, like the chicks on the stripper pole, and she's just bouncing really fast. It's
Oh
like
yeah.
where you get to, and it's like I don't mind that because it reminds me a lot of Quentin Tarantino
Yeah.
and the way his movies start out with just like somebody eating or somebody doing something and just as simple as driving around, and then all of a sudden it just careens to like a just immediate drop off, and it's like smash cars together, and it's just like just a mess, and it makes it more exciting in a way when you get to the end.
You know, the moment you said that, it made me think of the scene in Pulp Fiction when they accidentally shoot the dude in the head
Yeah.
while he's driving.
What reminds me of though? That scene where the chick comes into the place, and he has the gun. He's like, "Calm down. Why don't you calm down?" But yeah, um, I think that what it does is it really succeeds in this one. And there's two really good female characters. Not so good on the male characters. They're somewhat repetitive, and one of them's really skeezy.
You
you
know,
know?
one character that like you could see where Kurt has been redone multiple times, and from the Kate Daniels series and their other series, and which is that's okay if you're not a hardcore like Ilona Andrews fan, you're not gonna notice, but
If you
unfortunately
aren't a hardcore
we
fan,
are.
we'll
So
cut you. We'll cut a bitch if you're not a hardcore fan.
so we know.
Yeah.
But another thing is though I've never seen her them whatever uh I haven't seen Derek from the Kate Dale series and other series. And it's kind of like they shot their load with their ideal male character,
Mhm.
and they just can't make another one. Maybe I don't know.
Derek's a weird character though. Derek from the Kate Daniel series is a
Yeah,
wolf shifter. He was turned at a very young age, so he's not a born shifter like some of the other shifters. But he has, weirdly enough,
his dad turned them all and went Luke.
yeah, yeah, and weirdly enough, he has most most shifters who are turned aren't at the same power level that he is. He has like a really, really high power level, which says to me that perhaps that he had magical potential to begin with. But
Yeah,
we'll go there. Okay, so buy,
I would definitely buy it. I would
reread,
recommend it. Reread most definitely.
recommend. Okay, so buy, rent, buy, reread, recommend, keep, forever. Buy the hardback, bitch. Buy the audiobook. Buy it all.
I have the audiobook. um, I don't know if I would buy the hardback. I like it, but I don't know if I like it that much. However, however, there are other books that we will discuss later on that I'm more than willing to buy the hardcover for,
Okay.
especially if there's like an autograph plate in it. Just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Link,
I'm
link.
saying. Yeah. I actually read I read both the ebook, the hardback, the paperback, or hardback version of this. I can't remember if it's paperback or hardback. I'm gonna have to look for it. So I read this book multiple times. It came out in 2013, so I've had some time to read it. And the audiobook version. So I've read all the versions of it. I enjoyed. I'd actually do a manga on this one.
I would definitely do a manga.
Yeah, I'd do an manga on this one. I think if they can find the correct artist, not the artist that did the Mercy Thompson series, that's not pretty. Just like we, we we are some of the shadiest reviewers.
You know the whoever was the artist for the Rachel Morgan series, like those books, those covers are actually pretty dope.
Yeah, but the problem isn't just the cover. It's the I'm looking at the Rachel
Then again,
Morgan.
it's really not that hard to just like do a redhead in a
Yeah,
pose.
but yeah, but here's the thing. I don't want just a nice cover. You have to actually the art on it. The art has to have an art style
Yeah.
all the way through the book. That's what makes it a comic book. You know, you can't just throw some stuff on the page and do scenes. And there has to be a style to it. There has to be interpretation of knowledge, and without that, it does not make a comic. What's
I
going on?
swear to God, I'm going to kill you if you ever do that to me again.
What happened?
She comes. I'm just sitting here and I'm listening to you. I'm on point, and all I hear is,
What did she want?
"What do you want?"
Isn't she supposed to be at karate?
She leaves for martial arts in 5 minutes. What do you want? No.
Should have hit that record button, Tukis. You messed up.
Oh.
Okay, so
Well,
let's.
that's okay because now you get all of it, and you can
It
do
actually
whatever
sounds
you
good.
want with me screaming
That doesn't sound right.
because we're still recording.
Okay, so here's the thing about the let's finish this out. I would definitely recommend this. I would definitely buy this series. I would not stop. I would pre-order this bitch automatically. Because our relationship changed with pre-orders and Kate Daniels when the Edge series came out.
Yeah.
So when she starts a new series, when the couple starts a new series, I don't hit pre-order. It's not because I don't love them like no other.
I
It's
definitely, yeah, I would pre-order this. And speaking of, the first chapter of the third book is already out. So go.
I would not read. Here's the thing
I'm
though.
not gonna read it. I'm waiting for
I'm not gonna read
Renee.
it because I want Renee Rodman to read me the series because we have a relationship.
Yeah, my love for Renee is real.
Yeah, yeah. No joke, no joke.
So so I will wait for Renee as well.
Yeah, no joke, no joke.
But if you can't wait, um, then go to the website and first chapter is up there.
Yes. Okay, so next up we have the next book in the series, which is the
Sweep,
Sweep in Peace.
sweep in peace. Yes.
Sweep in Peace came out 2015. I think you said September.
November. It came out in November. The audiobook came out in December.
Sweep in Peace is the Innkeeper's Chronicle Book 2 series.
The series. Yes, yes, yes.
Let's talk about the cover.
That cover. Okay, the profile is off, and she kind of looks like a giraffe neck.
With like
The
a
proportion is just off.
cat face.
Like they should have practiced more on doing their silhouettes before they
Or
did that.
or kept the hood on.
The hood would have been better.
Yeah,
Like
it's
had
more
the hood over and just showed maybe the top of her nose, like the bottom of her nose and her mouth. That would have been more mysterious.
or even just have her putting her head against the have it sort of showing some of her face and then putting her head against the broom top
You
would
mean the
work.
first cover all over again?
Just keep using the same cover. That first cover is actually a really good cover.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good cover, and maybe they just blew their cover load.
Just like they did with Perfect Male Characters loads.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, perfect cover. Oh, no more good cover.
Yeah, because Burn for Me still don't get that cover.
That was the hot mess. The Burn for Me cover from the first
Like
Legacy series.
I'm actually going to look at it again because I'm still trying to understand
just,
what that deal was.
this is just a nightmarish cover. Like, how are you supposed to sell books with a cover like that? It's like
I
if you
don't
were.
quite get it. Oh. I don't quite get it. And is that a jungle and a city behind them at the same
There's this series called series called Wolfpack Phoenix series. I forgot what it's called. I love the book because it's alpha on alpha.
time? The Phoenix Pack series.
Yeah, the Phoenix Pack. I love the book because it's alpha on alpha.
Yeah,
But
you got me
that
hooked on
the
that.
original indie cover book was terrible. It was really, really bad. And I'm like, you know what? I can hook you up with a 14-year-old who has Photoshop, and we can get this solved.
We
You know?
could. She's right in the other room.
Yeah, it's like I can hook you up here. We can hook you up. We can handle this.
Speaking of 14-year-olds, well, it's 15 now. Hey, 15-year-old, go to martial arts class.
There you go.
It's 4:50. Look near the front door. Don't have kids, y'all. If you don't have kids, don't have kids.
Birth control's real, y'all.
Birth control is real.
I love that birth control is real.
Or find a really good boarding school that accepts them at 5.
Mm.
They're out there. They are out there.
I just looked at the Rachel Morgan from the earlier. If you want to know you want to know what's up in the up and up, listen to the first clip from our reviews. But I was looking at I don't like the art style on the Rachel Morgan
It depends on
comic
the
book.
series. Oh, on the comic books.
Hmm. The
It's
graphic novel.
alright.
It's too much color.
I
The
think
like,
I think they got like a tattoo artist honestly to do the art because the whole style is new school tattoo.
yeah, yeah, I can see there's a lot of pen work, a lot more pen work than you see normally. It's also too colored. But let's go. Let's keep going. We have up next the.
The
Did you like this book?
I did like this book.
Who liked the book?
I
Let me
like
know.
the book a lot. I like la la da. I
I
like the
like
book.
likey.
I like the book a lot. I will definitely read the book again. I will definitely recommend this book again. I will not buy the hardcover. I don't like it that much. But and I do own the audiobook. But it was a good book. I had fun with it. I still had a lot of fun with the characters. The Empress is the shit. Like she's someone I want to play Civilization with.
Mm.
And I think they kind of overdid it a bit with the foreshadowing
Mm.
in the book. I think they overdid it just a little bit. They should have left a little bit more mystery. But other than that, yeah, it was good.
Um, I think you're correct. I actually agree with you on the foreshadowing. I think they did a little too much foreshadowing. I actually love the character they introduced. So in the original book, we had the Empress, we had the two male leads, we had we had Dina, which is the store owner, or excuse me, the innkeeper owner.
The innkeeper, yes.
Yeah, and we had the Shih Tzu from Hell, which is the beast, and we also had the inn as a character itself that is semi-sentient. And I think we're gonna actually get more of the. I think as the series goes on, we're gonna get more of that. That the inn is going to feel more alive and possibly talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get I think we're gonna get more interaction with her in the inn because keep in mind the inn right now is very low on power, extremely low on power, low on money and low on power. um. Okay, so I would definitely reread this. I would definitely buy it. I would definitely recommend it. You know, I really love the series. It surprises me how much I love this series because it's outside of their normal genre. It's way outside their norms because this sci-fi spacey element is not really their thing.
No, not at all. That
Somebody's
seems
been
to
watching
be.
Doctor.
It looks like. Well, I definitely know that it has to be both of them because they're both geeks. But it seems to be the way a lot of authors are going. Like Kim Harrison's new book. That's the same thing. It's like
Spacey.
spacey fantasy.
Well, I know that spacey fantasy is in because the Star Wars series is coming back, um, and also Doctor Who is huge, um, and the Age of Marvel is coming to an end eventually. It's petering out. We're getting to peak superhero.
But I love Marvel.
Well, DC is coming in, and part of the problem with the part if it was just Marvel making decent movies, it'd be different. But DC is coming in and they're making their movies, which may or may not be decent. So
I don't know. Marvel has always been really good with their movies. DC's kind of been half-assish with their movies. I'm still not too wild about the Superman versus Batman thing. Really, Ben Affleck? Really? Just stop it.
I don't trust Ben
Just stop
Affleck
it.
in any comic book movie ever.
You know, just, oh, I can't even get started. That's a whole nother show.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's talk about the long book discussion here. So, spoiler alert, we've been nice to you. It's now time for the spoilers. It's time for the fangirl. It's time for the full geek. It's time for the full, don't go full geek. We're going full geek.
Beast is beast.
Beast is beast. Okay, so I think one of the most interesting characters is actually Beast, the Empress, and the newer character, which is the cook, because I have a feeling that cook is going to cook up some really just shifty shade.
Yeah.
Because like, there is a scene in it where she just like, where he, excuse me, where the porcupine hedgehog guy just basically picked up something on the ground and just started cooking it up like it was a gourmet meal. And I'm like, this person's gonna walk outside and the cat's gonna be missing.
Oh my god, what if he cooks Beast? Well, good luck with that, because I think Beast would eat his way off the pot.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna cook beast or anything. It's just that I don't know. There's something about gastronomy that I always worry about, because you never know if they're just gonna serve you up a toe and then expect room to apply.
It's like, it's French cuisine, eat it. Like, it's a toe.
It's like it looks. It actually looks like, if you pick the right animal, it actually looks like a big toe. That's a big toe. I don't even look at my own bunions. Why do you look at this? Oh Lord, bunions. Okay,
Bunions.
yeah, yeah. Hey, it is what it is. Oh, okay. So, is there anything that you're kind of hoping to get in the next book, or expecting with the whole Asgardy
I want
world
more
treat?
love, love. I want more. I want more werewolf. I want more. More werewolf love.
Well, it's book 3, so they're gonna hit the sheets.
They have to, or at
Either
least,
book
or get real damn close to it.
hit the sheets, yeah, a little bump, bump, bump. Did you notice that the two finger actually bump, bump, bump?
I'm just saying, the hottest scene in an Ilona Andrews book ever for me was in the backstage at the Midnight Games, Kate and Kern in the hot tub.
Hot tub, yeah, yeah, that was a good scene.
so getting to it is just as good as getting it. So
Midnight Games.
that was like my favorite book in the whole series. Set with Raphael. Oh, see, I shouldn't get started, but the Raphael and his daggers, and when he gave Kern a fan to fan Kit in case she swoons. He's my favorite character. I want to see more character types like him. I like the rogue type.
Yeah, but here's the thing: a rogue type isn't necessarily an alpha type.
Yes, but Raphael is a rogue and an alpha.
Uh, all right, I won't take Raphael from you. I'm
Yes,
not mean
give him.
like that.
He's mine. I want to keep.
Oh, well, I'm not trying to take him from you. I'm just saying, it's hard to write that. I actually, what I really wanted them to do was, remember Kate and Kate Daniels. You know what we need to do? We need to read Kate Daniels, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
But do you remember in the Kate Daniels book they had the series where it had the other chick, I forgot her name. What's the other elf?
Andrea.
Andrea. Had Andrea had Andrea, and she had her own book.
Gunmetal.
I kind of wish Andrea would have kept getting books.
I kind of too, but I think I felt they had to write that book to kind of fill in, well, where the fuck has she been?
Yeah, they did. They did. They did.
And
I
it was still a
didn't
good book.
I didn't enjoy the Tiger Shifter book. Remember
I
the one
didn't
with
really
gems?
quite get. I didn't really like Jim's books that much because she, like, the character, like the female character whose name I can't remember right now. She's adorable little legally blind thing. who just happens to be
Dahlia.
Dahlia, who's a tiger, who's a vegetarian, and faints at the sight of blood.
She's a weird
That's
character.
all just confounded and fucked up.
That's a hot mess.
But yeah, it is. But I didn't. I actually tried to read those books, and I did choke my way through them.
I
And
don't like Jim.
see, I like Jim. I just don't like her.
I like Dahlia. I
I
don't
don't
like
like
Jim.
her as a sexual being in any way.
I understand what you're talking about.
That's kind of like the little girl you kind of just want to like put in a bubble and keep her safe and hide the car keys because she seems to like to
I
steal
think we know.
cars.
I think I know who you're talking about.
I just can't. Yeah, you do. I just can't see her as a sexual being in any way. I think they could have found a better alpha for Jim, like one who can actually eat meat.
Yeah. Well, it's just it's just a hot mess.
The girl knocks herself out when she shifts. She like walks around a circle, knocks everybody over, knocks herself over, and then passes out. That's
She
not
can't
sexy.
see.
Yeah,
She
I know.
can't see. But I think part of the problem is that we don't think of her as also a not just a sexual being, but an actual threat.
Yeah.
And although she has the pop up power that sometimes works, I still don't see her as a threat. What else did you describe it as?
That is actually just a good way of describing it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's like, oh, either he's gonna blow up or we're all gonna blow up. There you go.
Okay, but back to the main book at hand. Um, I don't know. I really, I think this series has a lot of room to grow, and
Yes.
it has a frightening amount of room to grow. I see a lot more characters since we had in this book. We have a really good description of how other ends run in this book,
Yeah.
and realizing the character count that can go, it can go to around 5, 10, major minor characters without even, because there's the innkeeper, there's the regular guest. Now we have the chef, we have the person who needs to take the clothing and whatnot, and da, da, da.
Ballet.
Yeah. And I think actually what I would like to see is, the chick from the dude's team, the guy, basically the murderous chick.
Yeah.
I actually want her to come back to the end
Hmm.
because there's action at the end. She can get her murder on.
That is true.
And I like the way
Murderers.
she was constantly trying to facilitate for the which I think they're going to make that guy into some sort of spin-off. Do you get the feeling he's going to be a spin-off
I think he could probably end up being another.
spin-offy type character? And I
Yeah.
don't want that. You see, the problem with her is she develops these characters. She overdevelops certain characters that you don't really care for in the first place.
Yeah. I had that problem with the Burn for Me series. So in this next book that comes out in 2018, all those damn characters that they forced us to pay attention to better be back in this next book. Just saying.
Well,
Anyways,
I
go on.
let's close it out, and then we'll talk about our next book that we want to read, and then we'll close out the episode,
Okay.
our episode 1. But I just I see a lot of headroom. I see a lot of room for magic. I actually see a lot of character growth for the damn inn itself, because the inn is only at half power.
Yes, it is.
So it's not even at half power. It's at a trickle charge. So I see a lot of more, and more importantly, I kind of want her to have more interactions with her world.
Yeah, I do too, actually. I want her to go down to the Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah, that scene in the store where she was basically like hiding the body, that was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny. It was funny. And I like I like when she interacts with her normal world, because I want to know more about how the earth interacts with these demons. I also see a lot happening with the cop.
Yeah.
The cop, I see a lot happening there.
Oh, we also mentioned before, though we didn't hit record that last time, was I could see a crossover with Simon.
Yeah.
I could.
Yeah. Yeah. Because keep in mind that this is the world tree, and although it's not able to connect to parallel universes of Earth, parallel versions of Earth, in this series, towards the end of the book, you notice that they still got to those parallel Earth type Earth architectures.
Yeah,
They still went to them. So obviously, there's a way to get to them, anyways. Just maybe not from their end.
yeah. That's since it is like uh all Norsy and whatnot. It's definitely a big gaping hole for Simon to come in.
Yeah, and there's a lot of guilds in this, like the Innkeeper guilds and the there's a lot of guildy type stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what else could they do with Simon right now? I mean, right now he's pissed off at Kate Daniels anyway, and Simon is a favorite, so they're gonna have to do something with him.
Well,
He reminds me every time I read a part with Simon, he reminds me of Roger from American Dad with all of
well,
his personas.
wait. Simon is pissed off at Kate. Why?
Did you not just read the last book?
I can't remember what
She
happened.
officially chose Curran and she gave up the pack, so now she has no real power. So there's no
All right.
reason for Simon to really give two shits about her.
All right. Right. Well, that's not the reason why Simon liked her in the first place.
No, it's not, but it's pretty much like he said to her, "It's like if I choose your side, then when your father murders you, my ass is pretty much hanging out in the wind. And if I choose your father's side, there's still like a high chance of us winning this shit kind of situations." So
Yeah.
he decided not to do any to deal with her at all.
Yeah. Well, he professionally doesn't pick sides, but I think it's more than that. I get the weird feeling that we're off topic again,
I
but
think he's just salty as hell because she
I think
picked
he
her.
loves her. I think he
I've
loves.
always thought he loved her, but he's just gonna have to let it go, just like Hugh D'Ambre and his crazy ass. Let it go.
Hugh Diamond's character made no sense.
Favorite line ever. You kick his ass and he gets a hard on.
it was like a brother sister rivalry combined with a kind of want to fuck you, combined with a need to control you.
That's like it. Oh my god, there is something wrong with him. He definitely was not loved as a child.
Something's not right. Something's not right. Just something's not right. Or something just not right.
I don't know. I feel for Kate. I do.
Because you almost felt like QDMRay really wanted to be with Kate, to kind of be with her dad, her pseudo dad. It's like there was a lot of levels going on with
Well, it
QDM.
was like you had her stepfather, and then you had her birth father, and they were both kind of fathers to him. And it was like he wanted to either eliminate her to
Or
have
be inside
daddy's
her.
love or be her.
Be inside her to get daddy's love. Like he wanted to put on her skin.
But then again, his whole goal could have been to make that grandchild for Roland.
Yeah, who knows? So let's go ahead and close this out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. Our next read is possibly going to be Type by
Alessandra
Alessandra. Thank you.
Alessandra Torre.
Yeah, and we also have on the docket as well, because we had a slight bit of breaking news because we were stupid and we somehow didn't have the alert going on our Amazon. um the was it Magic?
Magic Stars by
Yeah.
Ilona Andrews. Mm,
Yeah.
it's a novella, y'all.
November, yeah. And yeah, it technically where it sits in the Kate Daniel series read order is 8.5.
Oh, well,
What?
huh?
That's why I love Goodreads, yo. Those
So
little
it's
Goodreads,
8.5, huh?
yeah, those little Goodreads people, they like put stuff in order.
Because that
Goodreads,
actually makes a difference now.
yeah,
And
those
whether
good
or not I think that they're going to be a couple.
shady shade. I think this is the tip off of the series because this is her first step into possibly doing a series. But yeah, they could break up and
Oh,
he
because
goes
you.
his own way.
Well, see, that's the thing. Okay, if it's 8.5, then yeah, that's between Magic Slays and Gunmetal.
No,
S-
8.5 and the Kate Daniels series. This doesn't include Gunmetal. So it would be between Magic Shifts and Magic Binds, which is the 9
Well,
that's coming out.
well, Gunmetal Magic is number 9 in the Kate Daniels series.
This is in Gunmetal shows up. Gunmetal shows up in the actual Kate. I gotta go to the
I'm
Kate
on their
Daniels
website.
universe.
Yeah, I'm
Kate
on the chronological order for including short stories for Kate Daniels' World is Questionable Client number 1, Magic Bites number 2, Magic Burns number 3, Magic Strikes number 4, Magic Mourns, which is Raphael and Angela and Andrea novella number 5, Magic Bleeds. Then there's Magic Dreams, which is Jim and Dolly, and then Magic Slays, and then Gunmetal Magic, which is number 9.
mm, keep going, and it's between
Okay,
like
so Magic Rises. Number 10, Magic Breaks. Number 11, Magic Steals, which is Jim and Dahlia, which is 12, Magic Shifts, which is book 13, and the soon to be out, hopefully, Magic Binds.
yeah. So Magic Stars would technically be between Magic Shifts and Magic Binds. That's where the actual universe point goes in. Because it's after she takes control. Okay, we're spoiling this shit. It's after she takes control and has already claimed the city.
Okay. You know that the synopsis for Magic Stars is not on their site? I got a 404 error. Don't play with my emotions.
Okay, the synopsis for it is which here's the thing about Grey Wolf. I don't like that it's called Grey Wolf because that troubles me.
Well, it's because his wolf
Goes
is
his own
gray.
way. Yeah, but it almost makes me think that he's gonna go his own way. From the award-winning Ilona Andrews, an original novella set in the New York Times best-selling Kate Daniels world and featuring fan favorites Derek and Kern and
Kate
Kate,
Daniels
very
and
independent Ward, Julie. Kate's
yeah.
very what is it? Scarred, solitary Derek Gaunt. Oh, that's his last name. I
Yeah,
realize has separated from his pack and is truly a lone wolf. With no family, he answers to no one, but is his fiercely loyal to the chosen few. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm
I
getting
wonder how
excited.
long she's gonna
So
call him
few
Boy
when
Wonder.
so I think he's gonna call him it. I think she's gonna call him Boy Wonder forever. So when several of those close to him are murdered, he'll stop at nothing. Who gets murdered? He doesn't have that many friends. He'll
No, he
stop at
doesn't.
nothing to hunt their killer through the magic trenches of Atlantis. Wait, there's no who dies. Never one to be left on the sideline. Equally determined, some might say stubborn. Julie Leonard. Oh yeah, that's his name.
Yeah,
Leonard.
Kern Leonard.
Yeah, sounds like a first name, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Olsen soon joins in his pursuit, and what begins as revenge turns into a race to save the city. Their search pits them against powers they have never imagined, and magic so old it predates history. They're gonna run into Roland. It may cost Derek his life, but there are things for which even he would risk everything. I think you're gonna run into Roland
Oh my god.
or
Yeah,
Roland s
I'm
character.
so prepared to read this book tonight.
What Roland character is left?
um, Hugh DeAndre.
They can't borrow you,
They could, because Hugh wasn't in the last book.
but his magic. Okay, it says here powers they never imagined and magic so old.
Well, his mother is Kate Sword now. So, I don't know.
What happens? What if that one kid comes back? What if Red comes back?
Hmm. Or Roland has a kid that no one knows about. Coincidentally, we're running at 1 hour and 11 minutes.